one thing, and I did say this in my talk too, but one thing that I also found kind of like what a crazy coincidence was the document for the World Social Alternative. It was so similar to the Red Deal, like the the demands that we had in the Red Deal are just it was almost like a copy paste, except instead of it just being a short book, it was like just listed. We and I think that speaks to that too. Like they didn't even have to like write anything about it or like add any kind of analysis. They're like, oh yeah, we just want these things. Like and it was just listed out like that. Another thing too was the Red Nation right now, currently, like literally yesterday, we were reading through the Tricontinental Peace Hyperimperialism for our past couple study groups. And the document of the World Social Alternative opens with all of the statistics from hyperimperialism, which it's basically just explaining that the U.S. has reached a level of imperialism where the only thing that they have is its force. They've exceeded having the means of production and having I forget what the third one is. I always do. I'm sorry. But but basically their only option to maintain any kind of dominance in the world is through their force. And so like they have no they have no like project. The US is without a project. They don't have any kind of social like goals. I forget the exact wording in the piece, but basically because there's no social project, they just have force and that's it. Like
to maintain that hegemony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And coming to Venezuela and seeing how they don't rely on force to maintain to create that for themselves. Exactly. And it's through the people is like it's real.
Yeah. And they were just actually today by closing they told us a little bit about the social organization that allows this type of project to continue to thrive, because it is precisely organized in every single street, in every single, block, in every single piece of this land is organized so that this project actually works and actually speaks from the people and nurtures itself from the people's needs and people's voices. So it is very much like Cuba. Cuba also, because of the possibilities that it entails to have the whole political scheme towards one same project. So all the efforts of the social and cultural and political, efforts are geared towards that same purpose. So like, even if you are, precisely because you can critique it and you can express yourself, is that it becomes a stronger project. So you don't have to silence people. You don't have to censor them. You don't have to stop protests or call people out or anything like that. Or so like those leaderships, those building of leaderships are happening from those streets and from those blocks. And people could decide whether they want to go in that route or not. But it's there. The possibility that it's there is what makes the difference. And that contrast with this other social order that we're being imposed through violence, through militarization, through consumerism, and the ever it just continues to get worse and harder to maintain this life, that this capitalist lifestyle. It just makes it harder. You have to work more.
Gets more isolating.
Exactly. You're isolated. Your dreams are crushed as time goes by, as lives go by. And so but we have all these devices and we can supposedly socialize and love and do all these things through them, right?
Starbucks.
Exactly. But it is not real. So yeah, nothing beats that local organizer, that in-person reality. And it just, you can just feel it here. Of course, we're in election time, so it's more vibrant, I'm sure. But at the same time, I just think that it's just being around all these intellectuals and organic leaders from all over the world expressing their different like levels and timelines of their struggle, and just all of them unison, right? They're all thanking Venezuela for being that example. And it's just an amazing feeling of solidarity, and also like an encouragement to go back and work harder, do more, express more. And yeah, it's been beautiful. And I think it's great that you're here, Justine, because it's precisely a lot of the work that you do, and it's important to get that. It's priceless what we're getting here. And